Most people lose their appeal not because their case is weak, but because they submitted before they were ready. No issue fixed, violation is still there, no documents or evidence prepared, the 60-minute window wasted. And if your Google Business Profile is suspended, a failed appeal isn't just a setback, it consumes one of your very limited opportunities to get your profile back through Google's official process. And this video shows you exactly how to submit your Google Business Profile reinstatement request correctly and the first time. And remember that every day your Google Business Profile is suspended, you're invisible. No Google Maps, no search visibility, no calls, no bookings. And every failed appeal reduces your remaining options through the Google standard appeal process. So you don't get unlimited attempts. This is not the place to improvise. So a successful Google Business Profile reinstatement request isn't just about having the right evidence, it's about presenting that evidence in the right order through the official process and without wasting an appeal opportunity. And here is the exact sequence. Okay, there are 5 steps, 5 decisions in this order before you click submit or before you click anything on the Google appeal tool. Okay, the first step consists in verifying that Google will actually accept your appeal and checking eligibility first. Before preparing a single document, open the appeals tool and check whether your profile is eligible. Don't assume it is. Not every suspended profile can be appealed immediately through this tool. If your profile shows not eligible, the standard appeal process shown in this video doesn't apply yet. Check the suspension email and the appeals tool for more context before proceeding. This video assumes your profile is showing as eligible, and if it does, continue to the next step. Okay, step 2 is access the right tool with the right account. Start with the correct Google account. The easiest way to access the appeal process is through the official Google Business Profile appeals tool directly. By the way, I put the official link to the official Google's appeal tool in the description, so you don't have to look for it. Once there, the first screen asks you to confirm your account. And this is not a formality. Many business owners manage multiple Google accounts, and if you confirm the wrong one, your suspended profile will not appear in the list. This seems very obvious, but it's worth checking if your profile doesn't appear there. And if your profile doesn't appear, make sure you signed into the correct Google account before doing anything else. So confirm you're signed into the Google account that has access to the suspended profile. Then select the suspended profile, review the suspension date and the reason shown. Then click continue. You are now probably one step away from the 60-minute window, so be careful, do not click submit too fast. Okay, now the step 3 is prepare everything before clicking submit, because the 60-minute window opens the second you click. This is probably the most important step because this is the step that determines whether your appeal has any real strength. The 60-minute upload window opens the second you click submit, and not after, which means every document, every evidence, every supporting file, supporting proof, every photo, and every file must be organized and ready before you open the form. Here are common examples of evidence Google accepts. The most important documents, let's say the required documents or the tier 1, there should be at least the business registration certificate, government issued business license or official tax document, and this is the foundation of your appeal. The tier 2 includes, let's say, supporting documents such as utility bills, bank statements, or insurance certificates, and each one must display the same business name and the same address as your GBP, so as your Google Business Profile. And the tier 3 includes visual proof, so exterior signage photos, interior workspace photos, branded vehicle, tools or job documents like invoices or business cards, and particularly relevant for address cases. One golden rule applies to everything. Every document must display the exact same business name and the exact same address as your Google Business Profile. Not similar, not close, but identical. A utility bill under your personal name won't work. A bank statement showing an old address from 2 years ago or I don't know won't work. Every GBP specialist also generally recommends using recent documents when possible. Recent documents tend to carry more weight than other ones. If you're submitting multiple documents, organizing them into a single zip file is generally recommended. It makes the review cleaner and reduces the risks of missing files. So yes, here are officially common examples of evidence Google accepts. And again, every document must match your GBP exactly with the address, the business name. They all have to be identical. So this is what a prepared evidence folder looks like. It has to be prepared, of course, before you click submit on the appeal form. You can put them or upload them in a Google Drive or I don't know, a Drive folder that you have access to from anywhere. Everything should be labeled, organized, and ready to zip or ready to download and upload the moment the window opens, just right after you click submit. Okay, after you filled out the form, the step 4 is submitting and uploading within 60 minutes. Okay, you've confirmed your account, you've selected your profile, you've clicked continue. Now you see this screen. Read it carefully. Google states clearly evidence needs to be added within 60 minutes for it to be included in your appeal. And this is not a soft deadline. Once that window closes, your appeal may be reviewed without the documents you intended to provide. So without proof and without strength. So click submit when you're ready, then immediately go to the evidence upload page and upload your zip file. Upload everything before the 60-minute window closes. So this is what the evidence upload section should look like. The form is pre-filed with your business information, so you can upload your files here. And if you have more than 5 separate files, combine them into a zip file. Google states a maximum file size is of 20 megabytes per file, so you have margin. Okay, now the step 5 is writing the explanation filed correctly. After uploading your documents, you'll see this filed. 1,000 characters, so think of it as a summary, not as the place to convince Google. Google evaluates compliance through your documents and your profile corrections, and this file gives you context to what you've already proven. Okay, you can divide it in 4 blocks. Nothing more. First block, you identify the issue, you state what the violation was specifically, and name the problem clearly while your Google Business Profile was suspended. Block 2, you list corrective actions, list exactly what you fixed, business name corrected, address hidden, NAP aligned across website, so name, address and phone number, duplicate removed, or I don't know, but be concrete. Then block 3, you confirm compliance, state that the profile now fully complies with Google's guidelines. And finally, block 4, you can request reinstatement with 1 sentence, but no emotion, no pleading, no, it remains Google form, so do not appeal to fairness or emotion. Do not write long paragraphs, do not mention how many years you've been in business, be factual and straightforward, structured, and under, of course, the 1,000 characters. Okay, so once you submit, this is what you see. Evidence submitted, you'll be notified by email. Now the review process begins. Google states that reviews may take up to 5 business days, but many business owners report significantly longer wait times in practice. So be patient and do not touch, do not edit the profile while you wait. And after submission, freeze the profile. No edits, no re-verification, no new managers, no second appeal or I don't know, while the first is still pending. Every action you take after submission creates a new signal, which may complicate the review that's already in progress on your Google Business Profile. You may check the appeals tool for status updates, but do not touch the profile itself. And in practice, after submitting, doing nothing is often safer than making one more change when you're in doubt, or I don't know. And remember that if your first appeal is denied, one more opportunity exists. Google provides a separate form to request an additional review of a denied appeal. To use it, you'll need the date of suspension, the Google account email managing the profile, and your business profile ID. And you have to absolutely know that this form is intended for cases where something has genuinely changed since the first appeal. So new corrections made, new evidence available, or a meaningfully different case. So remember that your business profile ID is found here. In your GBP dashboard, you click three dots, you go to Business Profile Settings, Advanced Settings, and you can find your Google Business Profile ID. So copy it, prepare it before you need it. Submitting the same documents and the same explanation as your first appeal is very unlikely to change the outcome. If the second appeal is also denied, the standard tools might be exhausted. And at that point, the GBP help community and Google product experts become your remaining path. It's a longer route, but it exists. You can still reinstate. But this is exactly why this entire video exists, to make sure you don't waste either of your appeal opportunities getting to that point. Okay, if your Google business profile has been suspended, don't guess at the fix. Click the link in the description and request your free reinstatement review. Within 24 hours, I'll personally review your suspension and tell you honestly whether I believe I can help. I don't accept every case. I only take the ones I genuinely believe I can help with. If I do, I'll handle your entire reinstatement from the compliance review to the appeal and every follow-up with Google until a decision is made. The link is in the description and pinned in the comment section, so you can get your free reinstatement review today. Okay, so if you've watched the video until this point, this is your final checklist if your Google business profile is suspended. Before you click submit, run through this checklist. First, is your profile eligible for appeal in the tool? If not, stop and resolve that first. Then, are you signed into the correct Google account? Confirm your profile appears in the tool. After that, find out if the violation is actually fixed. Check your business name, address type, NAP consistency across your website and directories, so name, address, and phone numbers. The most common reason appeals fail is submitting before the issue is resolved. Step 4 is having your evidence prepared, the Tier 1 document ready, the Tier 2 supporting docs ready, the zip file or drive with all your evidence ready. Every document must show the exact same name and address as your Google business profile. Then you go to the official appeals tool and submit via this tool, not any dark link or I don't know. Once you click submit, upload your evidence immediately. Google states that you have 60 minutes from the moment you click submit. And finally, after submitting, freeze the profile. No edits, no re-verification, no new appeals, while the first is pending. So while the appeal, the verification is pending. If you follow all those steps carefully, you should be good and you should be on the right path to get your Google business profile reinstated. See you in the next one.